Hi everyone. I have stuffy nose because it's already autumn. Yeah, it feels like summer was only like 1 week. So I don't know. I guess the weather changes. But anyway, first I would like to thank for the like 4,700 subscribers. Thank you so much. Even though I'm not uploading regularly, I'm quite happy for that. And I would like to uh, apologize for those who have been sending me messages through my Facebook. Um, I guess for those who have followed me for some time, you guys know that it is my second account. I have this personal account for my family, which I don't really open because, yeah, I've always been open that sometimes they're becoming too dramatic and it's affecting my personal happy no my strive to be happy life here in Japan. you know if you see negativity and then if you're a very sensitive person, it really would come into you. So I just tend to like brush it off, or it's better not to see something so it wouldn't really affect you that much. So someone reported my account as fake. Congratulations, you were successful. But fortunately, Facebook has accepted my passport verification. So it's back on, and I actually made like a plan B. Like I opened my own Facebook page, which I fortunately was able to merge with that account. So you guys don't have to like my Facebook page if you don't want, but you can send me messages in there because I know most of you are discreet in sending me messages. Even liking this YouTube, it's quite discreet, like sending, I don't know. I understand that though. Why do I have a face mask? Anyway, um, that's it. Just thank you and sorry for those that I haven't replied. Now, what's my next one? I would like you guys to know that this next video is actually about the fear. Many foreigners are asking me, would they be in danger since they are from United States coming to the Philippines, and because our president is saying some, bad things. Well, first of all, I would like to say no. That would be really kind of awful. I mean, not all decent people, let's say people who are saying good things, can make your life good, right? Sometimes just think about, for example, let's say, mm, when you work for a big company, they have this mission and vision, and then they would say good things, so on and so forth. But then you're working like hell, something like that. So that's what I mean. It's the same with our president. You see, I'm not trying to defend the president, but I would like you guys to know that whatever he's saying, it's not that it's not true, but I think just like, I get a lot of emails from many foreigners from around the world, especially some people who are just angry with Filipinas. They're saying like, why don't Filipinas work? Why don't Filipinas stay in their country? Why don't Filipinas get a something like that? So I think our president is working into that because I guess we have been put down for a long time. So he just wants Philippines to be a little bit more independent, not asking for too much help. Like, for example, we had this very big typhoon, but we did ask for help, but we did it internally. You know how Korea was and Japan was able to rebuild their economy? It's by borrowing from the people inside instead from the outside. Although I know that we probably will have, we owe uh, Japan and China because they will be investing or something like loan, but somehow, yeah, the president wants us to be a little bit more independent when it comes to helping ourselves. So maybe one way to, be noticed is to badmouth someone. But on the other hand, it's also one way for him to give Filipinos a little bit of more confidence for themselves. Now, if you're worried, no, because No one will really hurt you because I guess people would go about on their business unless they have nothing to do with their lives, probably. They would troll you or something. So this person is going to visit his Filipina and retire in the Philippines in the future. Here's what I can say. Think about retiring in a place where somehow it is safer than before. Now, I'm not saying it's 100% safe, but the reason why Filipinos, I think we like the president is because way back, if you're going to backtrack the past news, let's say 2014, 2013, most of our news are, what do you call that? They're dominated by uh, killings of young children. Imagine like a 1 year old child getting raped and then threw, or 7 years old getting thrown on the river. Actually, even until now it happens, but not as much as before. And somehow the president was able to build a rehabilitation center inside the Philippine Army facility or camp. It's almost done, which is quite good. And they're partnering with some, TESDA. Remember the one that I told you guys about, the school, which is quite very cheap, but they're giving these former drug users a chance to, learn some skill set, and then they partnered with private companies in the Philippines in the contract, like they shouldn't use drugs so they can continue having their job. And with that, they can, uh, according to those people who joined, those who were former users and sellers of drugs, they were able to just, live a better life because they didn't have time to think about drugs because they're busy working. And of course, the jobs are mostly blue collar, so it takes much of your, you know, your body, something like that. So probably when they go home, they just want to take a rest. So something like that. And what else? About the foreign policies, well, they just want to be different. The Philippines wants to separate or change some things about the foreign policy, which is very much different from the diplomatic agreement. So we have a good diplomatic agreement. Don't misunderstand that. Although some Filipinos misunderstand that because most of us didn't, pay attention to our political science studies, and it's quite really different. So don't worry. At the end of the day, we are still trying to, make the country better. And it's not gonna take 1 day, 1 month, 2 months, even 6 years probably to make it better. So, yeah. I don't think it's gonna affect foreigners that much. If you would ask me, and I haven't heard of, I saw that's the same comment, like, did they have cancellations of bookings because of fear? No. So before you watch the international journalists and also the mainstream media, I already put some, links right here where you can, it is the one that I watch, just to give you another perspective. Now you can watch both of them. I don't care. And even if you don't believe me, I don't care. If you don't support our president, I don't care or whatsoever. To be honest, in as much as I love our president, sometimes I also wish he wouldn't talk too bad. But I guess it's also a cultural misunderstanding. As I've said before, we have 113 languages. We have several, regions, and each region has their own personality. So the president's region, they have this, if they're gonna say bad words like that, it's like a part of their culture. Something. It's not really they hate that person, but sometimes it's an expression. But then again, as I've said, we'll never know. Even me, I am still in the middle. Whenever I read the news, I really ignore the mainstream, and I just see the other side, and to give me more, things to learn. So I put it down here just for you to see them, and some bloggers from the Philippines whom you can follow and see as well. and they are independent and not paid. So somehow their news is, we can say, still unbiased. So yeah. And what else? So don't be afraid. There's really nothing to be afraid of, I guess. And at least, if think about it, it's a good chance for the Filipinos to stand on their own feet. Yeah, just that. And the good news, what are the good news? First, they already showed the plan for Manila to Clark train. I'm just happy, because here in Tokyo, it's so convenient to go to Haneda or Narita by train. Think about that if they're gonna do it in Manila. But I would be happier if there's gonna be a direct flight from Japan to Clark. So I'm so selfish. But yeah, that's for me. Although on the other hand, it would be, it could less some earnings of the hotels or the private taxi companies. Yeah, even my dad. But anyway, um, what else? Thank you so much. And for my Japanese subscribers, I would like you to know that my Japanese book would be coming out. It's being translated. Yay! I didn't translate it, but I'm still waiting for it to be done. So please don't be afraid. Please wait for my next video.